Ever heard of an empire so vast it was the largest the world had ever seen? An empire that connected 3 continents and dozens of different peoples, not just through conquest, but through respect and a revolutionary new way of ruling? Forget what you think you know from the movies. We're talking about the real Persian Empire. Our story begins not with a massive army, but with a visionary leader, Cyrus the Great. Around 550 BC, Cyrus, the ruler of a small kingdom called Persia in modern-day Iran, did the unthinkable. He united the Persian and Median tribes and began a campaign that would change the world. He conquered the wealthy kingdom of Lydia, then the mighty Babylonian Empire. But Cyrus wasn't your typical conqueror. When he entered Babylon, he didn't burn it to the ground. Instead, he famously freed the Jewish people who had been held captive there, allowing them to return home and rebuild their temple. This act was immortalized in the Cyrus Cylinder, often considered the world's first charter of human rights. He established an empire built on tolerance, respecting local customs and religions. This was the Achaemenid Persian Empire, and it was just getting started. Of course, an empire this big is bound to have some epic clashes. And when you think of Persian wars, you probably think of Greece, right? The famous Greco-Persian Wars. It all kicked off with the Ionian Revolt, where Greek cities in modern-day Turkey, under Persian rule, rebelled with a little help from Athens. This made the Persian king, Darius the Great, furious. He launched an invasion of Greece, leading to the legendary Battle of Marathon, where a smaller Athenian force managed to repel the Persians. 10 years later, Darius's son, Xerxes I, came back for round 2. This is the story of the 300 Spartans at Thermopylae, a heroic last stand that, while a defeat for the Greeks, became a symbol of courage against the Persians pushed on and even burned Athens to the ground. But the tide turned at sea in the Battle of Salamis, where the nimble Greek fleet outmaneuvered the massive Persian navy. The following year, at the Battle of Plataea, the united Greek city-states decisively defeated the Persian army on land, effectively ending the invasion. But these weren't their only wars. The Persians fought to expand their borders into Egypt, India, and Central Asia, constantly defending their vast territory. So, how did this colossal empire, a superpower for over 200 years, finally fall? It wasn't one single event, but a slow burn. After the wars with Greece, the empire began to face internal problems. Kings became more decadent, and the court was rife with conspiracies and assassinations. Provincial governors, called satraps, grew more powerful and sometimes rebelled against the central authority. The once unstoppable military machine started to show cracks. Then, in the 330s BC, a new force emerged from the west. A young, brilliant, and incredibly ambitious Macedonian king named Alexander. Alexander the Great didn't just want to defeat Persia, he wanted to become it. He led his highly disciplined army across Asia Minor, meeting the Persian forces under King Darius III. At the Battle of Issus, and then again at Gaugamela, Alexander's superior tactics and the Macedonian phalanx shattered the much larger Persian armies. Darius III fled and was later assassinated by one of his own satraps. Alexander marched into the Persian capitals of Babylon, Susa, and Persepolis, the ceremonial heart of the empire, which was then tragically burned. With Alexander's victory, the Achaemenid Persian Empire came to an end. But its legacy, it's everywhere. From the Royal Road, one of the first great highway systems, to ideas of human rights, a centralized administration, and even the very concept of a multi-ethnic superstate. The Persian Empire didn't just fall, it transformed, leaving an indelible mark on history that still influences our world today.